Yes, madam.
Yes,
All right.
madam.
So, where do you get the best pizza in London?
No doubt about it. It has to be Pietro's.
No way! The pizzas in La Bella Napoli, just around the corner, are so much tastier. And they've got more variety. And the friendliest waiters.
Yeah, I think she's right, Alfie. Much better quality. It's not the cheapest though, but they're so good.
All right then, yeah. La Bella Napoli is nearer than Pietro's. The cheese isn't as good though, and for me, it's all in the cheese.
You could have pasta.
Pasta in La Bella Napoli? They do the most disgusting pasta I've ever tasted.
All right. Hi, Mum. How's Rome?
Hello, love. Yes, all's well, thanks. What are you doing?
I'm with Oliver and Alfie. We're going to have a pizza. I'll put you on speakerphone.
That's a coincidence. I've just eaten the most amazing pizza ever. It was the best I've ever had.
Sounds good.
Was the base good, Mum?
Oh, yes. The crispiest base ever. Really delicious.
I wish you could send it over here, Mrs. G.
I'll save you a slice, Alfie. So, where are you all going to eat?
La Bella Napoli.
Oh, yes. They're not bad. They use the worst cheese, though. For me, it's all in the cheese.
That's just what I said, Mrs. G.
Yeah, maybe the pizza at La Bella Napoli isn't as good as I remember.
Thanks a lot, Mum. I like the pizza there. Obviously not as good as the pizza you get to eat in Rome. But it's absolutely fine. Shall we speak tomorrow, Mum?
Okay, love. Enjoy your pizza.
Oh, I really fancied a pizza until Mum called.
Yeah, me too. But thinking about the pizza in Rome,
It sounded so delicious.
how about fish and chips?
Good idea. You can't go wrong with fish and chips.
Yeah, you know what they say. When in Rome.
When in Rome? What do you mean?
You know that saying. When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Ah,
Fish and chips it is then. But should we go to Hubbard's or the Dolphin?
Okay. So, based from the video, what can you predict about today's lesson?
Again, ma'am, I cannot hear.
Okay, based from the video, what can you predict about today's lesson? Do you notice some of the words highlighted in the dialogue?
Grammar, sir, ma'am.
Grammar? Yes, it's a sort of grammar part. Okay, can you maybe name a few of the words highlighted in the dialogue that you notice?
Much better.
Again?
Much better.
Cheapest.
Much better. Much better. Okay. Okay. As good as. Right. What else? Crispiest. Tastier. Kan? Is there any? What else? The most amazing. Kan? Okay. So basically, what is that? What is that? Tastier, crispier, as good as, the most amazing. What is the part of grammar or the language part? It's comparative and superlative adjectives. Okay, we call that as a comparative and superlative adjective. I bet you know about that, but maybe you have forgotten now. But what is the big topic of the words? Okay, let me continue with the slide. Okay, we're still in the topic of products and services. So for today, I'm going to touch on these 4 items. Okay, number 1, to differentiate features, characteristics, and functions of products and services. Okay, for number 1, actually you have learned about how to identify the features, characteristics, and function of products and services. But for this time, how we actually can use the language to differentiate their features, characteristics, and functions. So here, the use of comparative and superlative adjective will be used, okay, when you make the comparison. Okay, 2 and 3 is quite similar. The difference is just how to ask for clarification is basically from the audience or customer, and make clarification is basically from the seller or from the speaker. Okay, so clarification here means is a process of getting mutual understanding. Okay, and then the last one is to understand the audience's needs and expectations. Okay, this one is mainly we focus on the presentation, on how we can understand the audience need and expectations from our presentation of the product. Alright, so I'm going to touch just on the surface kan, macam I'm not going deeper, but just like macam to apa ni, to refresh, okay, to refresh again about the comparative and superlative adjectives. Okay, if you remember that for comparative and superlative adjectives, they have these 3 tables. Okay, the first one is the adjective itself, the root word, and then the comparative table, and also the superlative. And we are going to use adjectives when we describe things, because adjective is a kata sifat kan. So when we describe about person or maybe things, we tend to use adjective. So when you make comparison between 2 items, or maybe you wanna highlight that the best features on the product, you can use superlative. Okay, so comparative is in the middle, and the superlative is the most one. Okay, the most outstanding one. Okay, how to identify which adjective should be changed to ER and EST at the back kan? Because some people they are still not familiar with certain adjective that will apa ni, they change. Okay, when it become comparative, it change actually the sentence, not the sentence, the word. Okay. Okay, the first one is the short adjective. Short adjective is usually they have 1 syllable. Okay, what is syllable? Syllable is a sound of the word. Okay, for example, like small. Small, they have only 1 syllable. Small, short, fat. Okay, so when you want to compare with something, okay, we look at the comparative table. We need to add then after the adjective. Okay, because we want to compare with between 2 things, 2 benda, and then you need to have the second thing at the back, the thing that you want to compare with at the back. Okay, she is smaller than me, so we have 2 subjects here, she and me. Okay, Ali is shorter than Ahmad. Okay, and then fatter, Fatima is fatter than Susie. So we have two subject. Okay. Meanwhile, for the superlative, normally we cannot compare with anything else because that is the most, okay, superlative is the most. For example, Ali is the smallest kids in the town. Okay, I have the smallest bicycle, for example lah. And then normally when we use adjective as the superlative, we need to include the article the at the front here. Okay, the. So it's like a formula, kan, macam ada the and then baru ada adjective dia. And then the adjective should be est. Okay, second we have two syllable which the adjective ending in y. Two syllable, for example, easy kan, easy, dirty. Okay, we have two syllable and normally when at the back, when the letter, the ending letter is y, we when we change to comparative or superlative, we omit the y, kita buang y tu, and we replace with I. Okay, easier, dirtier. Okay, and the formula is still same. For comparative, make sure you have than, and superlative, make sure you have the article the. Okay, for long adjective, normally more than 3 syllables, we add more and the most. Okay, and the structure of adjective doesn't change at all. Okay, so a difficult, more difficult, and the most difficult. Beautiful, beautiful. So we have 3 syllable. Okay, amazing, the most amazing, amazing, 3 syllable. Alright, and more is to shows the comparative, and the superlative is the most. Okay, meanwhile the adjective doesn't change. And the last one is the irregular. Irregular is basically they change the structure, mostly they change the structure of the adjective. Bad, worse, the worst. Okay, good, better, the best. Okay, so actually they have a plenty list of irregular adjective, but you need to look on your own the table for comparative and superlative adjectives. Okay, remember, okay, I noticed that some of the writing they wrote as the exam is more easier than I thought. Pernah jumpa tak orang tulis macam tu? More,
Pernah.
okay,
Pernah.
more.
Pernah, man.
Is it correct? Is it correct or not? Kan? Is it correct or not?
Uh, I think it is.
Huh? You think?
I
You are,
think it is.
it is what? Wrong or right?
Correct.
Correct. Okay, it's actually wrong. It's actually wrong because more here to use together with the long adjectives. Okay, when you already have more, macam for easy, contohlah for the adjective is easy, right? Easier they have the comparative easier, so you cannot add more. So when you want to make into sentence, the exam is easier than I thought. Okay, we cannot have double comparative. Dia jadi salah lah.
Okay, man.
Alright. So when remember that we use more and the most ni for long adjective only, and the structure of the adjective it doesn't change. Okay. Okay, so far any question on the comparative and superlative adjectives?
No, madam.
No, man.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's look at this example. I think you are taller than me. Okay, the adjective used is tall. So when you look at this sentence, how many subject can you find in this sentence? Subject. 2. Okay. Okay, okay, alright. 3 lah, actually 3. But when apa ni, this person, the I think you are taller than me. So I and me is the same person, right? So and you. So actually there are 2 subjects here. I think you are taller than me. So this person is using comparative adjective. That's why they put then and they have another subject here. Because we want to compare between 2 things. Okay. I think my car is prettier than you. Okay. This one, she's the tallest in the group. This is superlative adjective. Okay, they need to have, okay, the subject is only one, she, and then the superlative, they put adjective lah, article the, and then tall, tukar kepada est, tallest in the group. So, it's to indicate that there's no other person tall than this lady. Okay, than this girl. So it shows normally the superlative is you cannot compare with anything else lagi dah. Memang dia lah yang paling the highest, the best, the anything. Okay. The pizzas in La Bella Napoli are better than the ones in Pietro's. So it's better. Okay, better than is the comparative. Okay. And the root word or the adjective used is good. Okay, remember good is the irregular adjective. So when you change to comparative, it changed to better. It was the best pizza I've ever had. Okay, so the best is the superlative for the adjective good. People say Bioshock is a more exciting game than Skyrim. Okay, more exciting. So there are 3 syllables. Dia jadi long adjective. So that's why they use more. And then this one the most exciting. Okay, very simple. Nanti kita buat test untuk to test your understanding. Okay, next we move on to the point number 2 and 3, which is ask for and make clarifications on products or services. Okay, why we need to make clarification on product or services? Because we want to make mutual understanding between the seller and also the clients. Okay, or maybe the speaker and also the listener, the audience. Okay, sometimes that's why we need to have a good knowledge on the product. Okay, because when they ask you, when the audience asks you questions or maybe the client asks you questions, you are confident to answer their questions. Okay. Clarification is the skill we use to ensure that we have understood the message of the speaker in an interpersonal exchange. When using clarification, follow these guidelines to help aid communication and understanding. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, we use clarification because of this. First, we need to admit if you are unsure about what the speaker means. So you can use expressions such as, I'm sorry, but I'm not really understand what you have said. So can you please explain again in another word? Something like that. Okay. And then second, when we want to ask for repetition. Okay, maybe you have, maybe there's a noise happening and then you want the speaker to repeat again, or maybe the language used is a quite high level, so you want them to use a simple language or simple sentence, so you ask for repetition. Okay, for example, like, I'm sorry sir, but can you please repeat your last point? I'm not really listen, or maybe I cannot hear it clearly. Okay, so that is the process of clarification. And then number 3, people make clarification also because we want to state what the speaker has said as you understand it and check whether this is what they really said. Okay, for this one, normally you have to paraphrase. the point given. Okay, and then asking the speaker whether is that true what I was understand macam tu kan. Okay, untuk kita check balik semula. For example, like you mentioned that handphone is the the worst gadget. Okay, the worst gadget in this world. Is that what you are trying to say? Macam tu. So normally for this one, we need to um, say it again, their point, using your own sentence, and then we trying to make clarification, ask for clarification whether our understanding is it same as their or something like that. And then when you ask for specific examples, okay, maybe the example given was not really related, so you are still blur about it, so you ask for specific examples. And then next is you can use open or non-directive questions. Okay, what is open non-directive questions? It's open questions. Okay, I'm going to explain after this. Ask if you have got it right and be prepared to be corrected. Okay, this is quite similar as the number 3 point. Okay, right. Okay, the method number 1 to ask for clarification by using open questions. Okay, if your role is to assist a speaker to talk about an issue, often the most effective questioning starts with when, where, how, or why. Actually, not just this, but we can use WH questions. Okay, normally WH questions can help the speaker to expand their thoughts. Okay, and then they can expand the idea, the discussion. Okay, that's why when you discuss in a team, always using WH questions. Okay, to test on your understanding, to add up more ideas. Alright, this is what we call as open questions. And then another method number 2 is the closed question. What is closed question? Closed question is basically is a sentence or the questions that expected yes or no response. Okay, we expecting yes or no response from the speaker. Okay, and then maybe the speaker want to explain more after that, can. Tapi dia punya normally dia punya respon dia yang first adalah yes or no. Okay, this is the expression which you can use to clarify your idea. This is what we call as making clarification. Macam yang tadi tu, asking for clarification tu normally from the like our, kita tengok contoh situation kita lah as a lecturer and also the students lah. You, if you are not understand, you asking for clarification from me. You yang tanya I, okay? But there's another way is me making clarification with you. Okay, me as the speaker making clarification. So I can actually put an effort in asking questions. For example, like, are you following me? Can you understand me? Something like that. So to make sure that the audience or the students are clear with what I'm trying to say. Okay. So this is all the expression which you can use. Let me explain that. Let me explain that in more details. You can use this in your presentation anyway. Okay. Then let me put it in another way. Maybe your friend has some questions. So you can use this expression to start your answer. Okay, last one. Okay, understand audience's needs and expectations. Okay, when we want to have a presentation, normal, it doesn't matter whether for English ke another subject ke, kan. First of all, we need to know what is the audience expectation. Kan, kita tak nak lah dia datang saja-saja. Adakah orang datang saja-saja nak dengar presentation? No, okay. Mesti they want something Paling sikit pun dia nak the knowledge, the information. That's why you need to be number one, to be master on the product that you are going to present. Not just product, but the topic. Okay, you should the master of the topic, because when they ask you questions, everything is in your hands. You can answer it confidently because you know the topic very well. Okay, and then make sure the audience, maybe they come with the 5% knowledge, but when they after listen to your presentation, the information or their knowledge is increased, maybe to at least 40 to 50%. Okay. Alright, so this is what to include in a product description. I lupa lah. Sepatutnya you guys ada kena present kan on Proton X50 tu. Betul tak?
Ya, madam.
No one remind me. Lupa. Tak apalah after this. Okay. What to include in a product description? Okay, this you are going. Huh? Apa dia?
Sila.
Okay, this is the guidelines. Okay, for your presentation next week. Okay, first of all, what you need to include in the product description. Number one, you need to do the research, some research on the product and its users. Okay, what you need to do the research on what aspect? Of course, the features, characteristic, okay, their physical attributes, price, warranty period, discount, etc. Everything that I have mentioned from the last 2 weeks, okay? And then second, you need to determine your audience. Who is your audience? What age? What is the education background? Gender? Because we want that the topic is suitable with their level of education, with their background. Kan? Kalau you, okay, most of you guys kan in this class kan? Guys
Yes.
kan? Okay. So, bila
Yeah, ma'am.
contohnya kalau perempuan, orang the girl want to present about the product is about makeup kan? Cosmetic. So, maybe the guy are not really interested based on gender. Okay, gender interest. So, not sesuai lah, it's not suitable lah for you to choose cosmetic as the topic for your presentation. Okay, so make sure the product choose can attract the audience attention. Okay, third, you need to link the features and benefits to the buyers, trying to explain how the buyer can benefit from the product. Okay, don't just talk on the surface about their features, characteristic, and blah 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 blah, but also try to include why you think that the product is can benefit the buyer. Okay, and number 4, you need to use clear and decisive language. Here means that the language used should be clear. Even though you use a simple language, I don't mind. Okay, you don't have to use the bombastic word because I want everybody to actually understand what you are trying to share with them. And decisive language. Decisive language here means that the word choice or the word choice that you want to use to persuade people. Okay, for example, like I believe that when you use this product, it can help you in manage your daily life. Macam tu. Jadi orang macam, oh ya ke? So macam language yang dia guna tu memujuk. Okay. And the last one, you need to show how to use the product. At least demonstrate one function. Okay, explain why the product or service is better than others. Okay, that one is product. Okay, this is for service. Okay, what you need to include if you choose service description. Okay, number 1, of course, you need to do the research about the service. Normally, for the service kan, we choose the company. apa nama company. For example, Maybank. Okay, so you need to do some research on the Maybank company, background of the company, organization, their working hour, duration, days. Okay, this is just the basic basic business lah, business hour diorang. And then second, what you need to include in the service content. If you choose service, you need to details all the service. Okay, for example, like bank, they have account, they have a loan, mortgage, benda lagi semua tu kan, insurance. So you kena listkan lah benda tu semua. Strengths, testimonies, if any, pricing, discount, and explain about the service request process, the steps. Okay, in requesting the service process. Number 3, same. You need to determine your audience. Who is your audience and what is their interest? Okay. And number 4, same. Use clear and decisive language. And then number 5, explain how the buyer can benefit from the service. And last is provide a help and self-service support. This one, normally, for example, like Kowe, kan, they are the self-service support after sales. So try itulah. Try to explain apa benda. Okay, I'm not really encourage you to do service because service they are not really easier to search for an information compared than product. Product tu kalau you tulis product review banyak sangat. Even kat Shopee pun banyak product review. Betul tak? So it can give you more idea. Alright. Okay, good luck for your presentation. Okay, any questions so far?
So ma'am, so we just actually have to act like a salesman.
Yes, sort of. Okay, and don't forget to maybe make a comparison, 2 to 3 comparisons between your product and another product that has similar function, but maybe difference in term of brands ke, ataupun lain model ke. That one I'm going to explain after this about the product presentation. And lagi, any other questions?
Ma'am?
Yes? Can you hear me?
Ma'am?
Yes. Is my sound okay?
So we just have to be like a salesman.
Yes.
All right.
Can you? Okay. It's sort of
Sorry,
lah.
ma'am, my line is quite bad here.
Okay. Never mind. Alright. I think I'm going to upload the lecture video in my YouTube later, so you can always refer to it. Okay, after this. Alright, next. Okay, to test your understanding on the topic, I want to do quiz time. Okay. Pagi-pagi dah kena buat quiz.
Okay, madam.
Yelah, kalau tak nanti you guys ngantuk kan. Let me share the link. Okay. Okay, I've shared in our WhatsApp group, and you can look at this screen also and enter the join code. The test is on comparative and superlative adjective. Thirty-three. Lagi?
Sekejap, Minden, sekejap.
Okay. Lagi? Dah. We have berapa orang hari ni? 43. Oh, ramai ni tak datang ni. Okay. "46, 47. Okay, can I just click start? I just click start The rest can still continue.
Wait, jap agak. Okay, ma'am, boleh.
Alright. Okay. Banyak salah.
Hello, madam. Can you hear me?
Yes? Yes?
Actually, the joyquiz.com is my is me. I accidentally put the joyquiz.com. I just like salah nama the number 4 punya joyquiz.com.
Your real name? What's your real name?
My name is Steve. My
Oh,
name is
Steve.
Steve.
You are Steve.
Yeah,
Loh Joyi is
yeah,
who?
I'm a Steve.
Oh, you are okay. All right. Okay, can I end? Most of you have done, except for those ni. I think they have a internet problem, but you can try it anytime lah nanti. Okay. So let me discuss the answer. And the winner is third Jayaprasad, second Mahatma Gandhi. Siapa Mahatma Gandhi ni? First Steve, right? Steve O'Neill.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No. That's
Steve
not
is
Joey,
number
the
4.
first one.
Steve is
I'm
4.
the 4th.
And then Loh Joyi is
Lo Joey. Her name
Loh
is Lo
Joyi
Joey.
lah. Oh, okay. And Steve tadi nama dia siapa?
Yang diletak
joyquiz.com.
Joy.
quiz tu.
Joyquiz.com.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Okay, let me check the answer. Maths is easier
Easier.
than science. Okay, there's no more easy. Remember that easy is the short syllable, short adjective. So it can be changed to easier. Ni masih ada lagi yang jawab more easier ni. Kan I dah cakap tadi, if they already change to comparative for the adjective, we don't need to put more lagi. Okay, maths is easier than science. Okay, who is the best tennis player in the class? The answer is the best because there's no comparison of the subject. Okay, the better. Better is a comparative, so kita tak boleh letak adjective the. Dia kena ada than. Kalau the sentence is Ali is better, or maybe who is better tennis player in this class than Arif. So dia nak tanya siapa yang lagi bagus. So you can use better. Okay, the good. No. Okay, totally salah lah. Who is the good tennis player? Salah. Dia jawapan dia ni adalah the best because it's a superlative. Okay, good, better, best. If you have any question you want to ask me, just jump the question Macam just stop me. Sam is the, because of they already have the article the here, so it's understood that we need to choose superlative adjective. So here the superlative, we have two, okay, between most popular or popularest. But we know that popularest, there's no word popularest, okay. So salah. So our option memang tinggal most popular. Popular is a adjective which has it's a long adjective, so kita memang takkan tukar kepada popularist. So we need to have to insert most. Okay, Sam is the most popular student in the class. Our house is, remember that they have then, but when they have then, so we need to choose comparative. Comparative for the adjective big, jadi bigger. Our house is bigger than yours. Biggest is superlative. So kita tak ada comparison dengan siapa-siapa. Tapi you boleh cakap our house is the biggest house in towns. So baru boleh. Ben was the noisiest. Okay, because of the article the. So we know we use superlative. What is the superlative for noisy? Noisy. They have two syllables, so it means it's a short adjective. Okay, and we know that the word noisiest is actually exists. So kita akan pilih noisiest. Tak ada more noisier. No. Sebab remember bila I cakap bila dia dah tukar noisier, kita tak boleh nak tambah lagi more or most. Okay. Antarctica is the, so superlative, coldest. Okay. A tiger is stronger than a cat. So there's a comparison between tiger and cat. So we need to choose comparative, stronger than. The strongest a cat. A tiger is the strongest a cat. Mestilah salah. Dia punya sentence pun tak make sense. Okay. A tiger is more strong than a cat. Salah sebab strong ni boleh tukar dia punya comparative dia. Albert Einstein was more intelligent than me. Intelligent. So they have 4 syllables. Okay. So then you ada comparison, so it's comparative. Kena ada more. Okay, bukan most. Most intelligent tu kalau tak ada bahagian superlative. Contohnya, Albert Einstein was the most intelligent scientist. Okay, barulah boleh. Sugar is sweeter than salt. Kita tak boleh cakap sugar is more sweeter than salt. So salah. More, dia dah ada more, dia dah sweeter, tak boleh letak more lagi. The cheetah is the fastest animal in the world because of the article the. Who is the tallest person? The Nile is the longest river in the world. Oriole's notebook is cheaper here. Not more cheaper. Salah. Both babies are cute, but mine is the cuter baby because it's trying to compare between two babies here. Okay. Choose the correct word or phrase. You can make the dinner tonight. You can cook better than me. Okay. This one, okay. Kalau dia cakap you can cook much better than me, boleh. Tapi itu much lah, much better. Kalau more better, salah. The Japanese diet is healthier than the American diet because the word than. The Queen of England is one of the richest women in the UK. Kalau you nak tulis the richest pun boleh juga sebenarnya. Cuma secara logically-nya takkanlah dia yang paling kaya, mestilah ada orang lain lagi yang kaya kan. Okay. So tapi dia one of the richest. The most expensive, yes. Expensive thing I've ever bought is a bracelet. Okay. Okay. So for any question on the yes.
I know the answer is expensive, but luxurious pun boleh kan sebenarnya.
Okay. If we understand the word luxurious, luxurious is a mewah kan. So kalau we choose luxurious for a bracelet which costs you only $2.5, it's actually not luxurious anymore. Macam tu, faham tak? So the most luxurious meaning sebenarnya banyak lagi benda mewah lain. For example like car, house, apa benda kan. Tapi expensive is the most suitable.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Faham. Okay, lagi? Any question on the question yang you tak faham? Alright.
Tak ada, ma'am.
Okay. I noticed that macam based on the result, I think macam some of you macam like quite a large number lah still not understand about the usage of comparative and superlative, especially when you need to add more and most, okay, to the adjective. Okay, remember that when the adjective can be changed for short adjective, can be changed to ER or EST, you don't need to include more or most at the front. Kita tak boleh ada double. Okay. Dia kena guna satu je. That's the rule. Okay. Okay, next I'm going to explain on the presentation dulu. Okay, lepas tu kita akan rehat sekejap and then I want to listen to your presentation yang X50 tu. I will choose 2 groups only to present because one group will take about 10 minutes juga tau untuk present. So from these 2 groups I'm going to comment and give some input lah for you to actually take note, okay, which you need to improve for your presentation later on. Okay, let me explain on the product presentation instructions. What sound is that? Can you hear the sound of music?
Yes.
No, ma'am.
The sound of beeping.
What sound is that?
Aku tak tahu.
Macam it's like macam seronok dengar tapi macam mengganggu jugalah. Okay, never mind. Okay, let me show you the Okay, this is the instruction for the oral presentation. This is your first assessment for the UE 300. The mark is 30%, which is for me is quite a big mark. Imagine that if you can give all out for this presentation, I bet 23% already in your hands. Okay, 23%, banyak tu. Okay, upon completion of this course, students should be able to CLO1, which they touch on CLO1, which to describe a product or service effectively by highlighting its features and characteristics that appeal to a specific audience. Okay. So week assigned this week, week 3, week due, week 4. Actually, week 3 is the week for your presentation. Tapi sebab last week I tak buat kelas kan. So, I bawa ke minggu ni. And for our replacement class yang last week, I'm going to use the replacement class for your presentation also. Because I bet that 3 hours is not enough for me to complete the assessment for all of you. Okay. Berapa kelas 3 classes, for 3 classes. So it's a huge number actually. Okay, so you have given 1 week for you to prepare on your presentation. Okay, what you need to do is in a group of, we have berapa orang 53. In a group of 2 to 3 person, okay, 2 ke 3 orang, you need to form a group and then in your group discuss about a product that will solve a problem that you have faced in your field of study or daily life. But I'm not restricted to the thing that solve a problem apa benda ni kan for your field of study. It can be any product, whether it's a existing product or your innovation product pun boleh juga. Okay, but when it comes to your innovation product, you need to work macam like your effort should be more because you need to think on your own about their features, characteristic and all that. Okay, and I might ask you a lot of questions because I'm not familiar with the product. Tu je. Okay, we have a lot of products in this world, especially for the electric appliances or maybe your gadget, kan? So you can choose any product, but only one product for one group. Or if you choose to find a service, yes, you can go for it. Okay, but I'm not quite encourage you to choose on a service because they have a very limited explanation. Not so limited lah, tapi maybe quite difficult for you to find to do some research on the service. Okay, what you need to do after you choose your product and you have identified the content, we are going to use an infographic poster for your visual aids. So I'm not going to use a slide presentation, PowerPoint ke apa ke, no. We using infographic poster because we have this competition. Okay, so we are going to select the best infographic poster. Okay, so you need to design an infographic poster as your visual aids. The infographic poster should include, okay, for product, you need to include the features, characteristic, minimum of 6 with explanations. Okay, but in your poster, you don't have to write the explanation. Just write down the main idea only, what is the characteristics and function. Okay, for service, you need to include the features, scope and nature, and also the functions. Okay, I'm going to share with you the template for the infographic poster. It's up to you for the creativity, your own design, but all the points that we have in the template, example, the template sample, you should include in your infographic also. Okay. Present your infographic poster and demonstrate one function of your product or service. You need to demonstrate one function. I don't mind if you want to do it macam like tengah present tu you nak demonstrate, okay. Kalau you benda tu you tak ada, you just nak tunjukkan melalui video pun boleh. But the video should not exceed than 1 minute. Okay. just to demonstrate the function. Okay, the duration of your presentation should be around 8 to 12 minutes per group. Okay, make sure to meet all the requirements within time limit. And then you are required to observe the appropriate presentation orders for the optimum marks. So make sure you arrange your presentation according to this. You need to start with the introduction of the product. What is the name of the product? Introduce yourself, introduce your team members, which part that you are going to present, okay? And then you can slowly start the product presentation. Okay, start with features, characteristic, and functions. And last one is the conclusion. Okay, but I don't mind if you want to start your presentation with function first. Okay, maybe function, features, characteristic. I don't mind. Okay, which yang you nak mulakan dulu. Okay, distribution of mark from the 30%. If you notice here, we will assess you based on these three criteria. Okay, the first one is the content, which allocate the most highest. Okay, I pun salah, the most highest, salah kan? Okay, the highest allocation of mark. Okay, 60. And then followed by language, 30, and delivery, 10. Okay, I would like to share something about your previous, about my previous class lah. Some people, they able to speak well, okay, for English, but because of they think that they're able to speak and they can deliver the presentation very well, they expect that they get high mark. But actually, if you notice that the content here is the highest mark, okay. Kalau you pandai cakap tapi you punya content cloud, believe me, you takkan dapat banyak. Okay, so I'm stressed on content rather than language. Okay, make sure you have good content for you to, only then you can deliver your presentation very well because you has a good structure of your presentation. Okay, if you are not able to speak well, but because you have good content, actually you can try to present your idea in a simple language because you have the idea. You ada idea tu, jadi you boleh present, you boleh cakap. Kan? Sometimes orang yang kurang lah untuk cakap bahasa Inggeris ni sebab dia blur, dia tak tahu dia nak cakap kan. Tapi bila you ada content, you tahu apa dia nak cakap, you can construct your sentence. Okay? And delivery is we look into your poster presentation and how you deliver your presentation. Whether you read notes ke ataupun you fluent, suara keluar ke tak ataupun suara slow ke, kat sini markah dia. Okay, so total 100%. So from the 10% ni kita akan jadikan dia 30%. Okay. Reading from a script is prohibited during the presentation. You will be penalized for doing it. I'm not going to penalize you lah. Tapi kalau you reading from a script, normally bahagian language ni, I akan tolak markah. Okay. Any question on the presentation? Tak ada? Okay, kalau tak.
No.
Okay, if not, I'm going to show you the template for the infographic. Okay, this is what we call as infographic. Do you know what is infographic? It's a info which they gather in a good graphic, okay, to attract audience attention. So what you need to have is this at the top here, mesti ada logo Polytechnic. At the right side ni, mesti ada groups detail, your groups members and also the metric, the registration number. And then the topic of the product, apa nama product tu, and then you can start with the function. Okay, make sure you list what is the primary function and secondary function if any. Okay, safety features, 3 to 4 features at least. Convenience, 3 to 4 features. Jangan ambil banyak-banyak sangat because kadang-kadang 3 to 4 features ni pun dah banyak dah yang nak explain. Okay, technology features, design features. Characteristic, minimum of 6, minimum, okay. So comparison and contrast between product A is your product and product B is another product that you are going to compare with. Okay. Penat nak bercakap. Okay, ada lagi? Any question? Any question on the presentation?
Ma'am, but the poster we can use our own creativity, right?
Yes, yes. This is just as a guidelines. Okay, you can use your own creativity. I bet you are more creative than me.
Is there a fixed structure for the poster? Like, for example, ma'am told us to write the group details at the top right, right? Like, can we change its place or
Yes, you can
the
change
size of
it.
the poster?
You can change it according to you, but the most important thing is I want that every details, for example like function, safety features ni mesti ada. Characteristic mesti
Okay.
ada. How you manage your poster, it's up to you. Okay, you nak letak kat
Alright,
mana, nak buat dia dalam bentuk apa ke, it's okay. As long as all the information are there. You can use software online such as Canva. They have quite plenty yang dah sedia ada punya template kan, just need to insert your information je. Okay. Any question? Okay.
no, ma'am.
Okay, if you have no question, then I'm going to ask two groups to present. Is there any group would like to volunteer to present? Ada tak? Kalau tak ada, just call up your name.
Call out the name only, ma'am.
Okay, I would like to call your group lah, Ranjit. Is it okay?
Ya, ma'am, tanya member dulu.
Alright. Okay, another one group nanti. Selain Ranjit, Steve. Is your group okay, Steve?
Wait, madam. We're still discussing. Kejap, madam.
Alright.
Ma'am.
Yes?
Okay, we can present, but I think two of our members having internet problem. I'm trying to reach them also cannot. Like one of them
Alright.
is Kavin and Navin, so we wait for them. Like, but my friend said he's going to share the screen lah. So while us present first.
Alright.
Ma'am boleh cancel share screen dulu so my friend can share it, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh. Okay. Is Kohan has a good internet connection?
Yeah,
Ma'am,
it does, ma'am. I think it's taking time.
ma'am, I'm trying to share, ma'am, but it's still loading. I can share.
Maybe you can share the slide in our WhatsApp group so that I can share from here. I can help you share the screen from here, the slide.
Okay, wait, ma'am. I share. Wait, ma'am.
Okay. Just send to the WhatsApp.
I shared, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Alright. Okay, let me share the slide. Okay, this is your slide, right? Okay, can you see the slide?
Yeah, ma'am, we can.
Okay, there's a spelling error here, lecturer, Lecturer.
So, sorry, ma'am.
It's okay. Okay, so introduce your team members.
Okay, ma'am. I'll start the thing first. Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Rajat Lakisegran, and my group consists of 6 other members, which is Kohan, Kavin Raj, Zohairi Shami, Afiq Shazani, Naveen, and Jaya Prasad. And for the explanation today, we are about to present a car that's stated Proton X50. So the title is the theme is product Proton X50, but what is exactly it is? It is a car, and what do cars do? It is a method of transportation. Since for us, the humans, while transportation it plays the biggest role. For human, it requires several conditions that are met for them to have a good transportation view, such as for convenience, road trips, saving time, and having a freedom because they want it to be casual and as much convenience as they can. That's why all the cars that have created so far or has been improving so that it can help the humans for have a better transportation level. And as the next slides will be explained on each other criteria that are needed to make a good car that which is also stated in the car that we are about to explain, which is Proton X50. And for that, I will give it to my other member.
Okay.
Ma'am, Naveen having line issues, so I think I'm just going to explain his part also.
All right.
Okay, so the foremost things that we all needed in a car is the type and their functions. Because the functions, it helps the driver to have a more easier way of driving for long road trips and such. So as the first criteria that were inserted in this Proton X50 is the steering mode selection. They have three type of steering mode selection, which is normal, comfort, and sport mode. This helps the driver uh, to make impact with their characteristics and helps them to drive the way they wanted. If he's a sport person, then he change to sport mode and he can drive faster. And then he want to be comfortable or for the slow driving, he can change the steering mode. And for the second type, they have specifically inserted a type of engine which is 5 liter TGDI engine. It helps the car to have the best efficiency as they can and the better horsepower for it to have a very smooth riding for the per drivers. Next slide.
Does it move?
And safety features. For instance, full LED headlamps, such as a clear view of the road no matter the weather. Such a second, electric parking brake and auto brake hold, such as automatically keeps the brake engaged in one stops. And third, SPS airbags. This plus during a collision to protect and last reduce the risk of injury. Next.
Okay, this is the design of features. As we can see, the first is floating floor console. The designer to offer additional storage space. Second, dual tone exterior. It is contrasting color to create a head turning stylish look. The third, chrome exhaust tailpipes. This is to add a sporty finish on the car.
Hi, my name is Poon. I'm going to explain about the convenience feature of our product. At first, we have a panoramic sunroof, which is to experience the world from where we are out in the open. It is because some of us is going is like to look out for our look out the features of the outside world because it's very dangerous. Sometimes on the roadsides, if we open the side window and poke our head, it's going to be very dangerous if any car approaches us from the side. So it can be dangerous. So that's why we have a panoramic sunroof at the top of our roof to enjoy the experience of the outside world. And then we have a driver power seat, which is to adjust the driving position with the touch of a button. It is because many of us have different types of body types, which is some of us are tall, some of us uh, are less taller, and some of us have the larger body, and some have smaller body. So that's why we need to have a different. We need to adjust the driver power seat for our own convenience to drive the car in the east. And third, we have auto air conditioning, which is automatically regulates the cabin temperature. It is very useful because sometimes at the very hot weather, the insides of the car can be very hot because of the outside of our color of our car is almost like black and red, which is very good to absorb the heat. So good heat absorber. So the car inside also will be absorb heat at most. So if we have the auto air conditioning, we don't have to uh, worry about that, and the system will do it for itself to adjust the air conditioning as to our own will. Next statement.
Good day, everyone. My name is Kavin Raj, one of the team member. Now, I would like to present technology features that will be in the car. First of all, an upgraded system which is voice commands. Voice commands is a feature which will be controlled by our own voice. For example, say I Proton to gain control over the vehicle. These features will help people to reduce accidents. Secondly, easier feature which is remote control via Proton Link app. In this growing technology, everything's in our fingertips. So that this link app help to remotely monitor and control specific functions of vehicle. Please avoid unnecessary accessories to control some features of car. Everything will be in app. Last but not least, smartphone connectivity. Nowadays, some use USB, CD, and Bluetooth connection. These features to mirror link our smartphone to access in easiest way. Thank you.
Good morning, madam. Now I'm going to explain about the characteristics of this car. Firstly, it has a 7-dual clutch transmission with manual mode. So it is faster, smoother, and efficient gear shifting. So those speed hunters or manual lovers out there will definitely love this car, as it has 7-speed dual with manual and also clutch transmission. Secondly, it has a remote engine start. So the driver doesn't have to worry about losing his keys or starting his car during dark or when he's drunk. And this also allows him to warm up the engine and cool down the cabin easily and instantly. Lastly, we have the drive mode selection. This allows the driver to choose between normal, eco, sport mode to suit for his driving style. So for those who love to travel a lot, this feature might allow him to this feature might come in handy for him, and it is easier for him to travel in his suited style. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Okay. I'm going to comment later after listen to the second group.
Hi, ma'am.
Alright, second group. Siapa second group? Second group, O'Neill. Steve O'Neill. Okay.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes.
Can you pass it to the other group first, because I'm on a ride with my father right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll be arrived in 10 or 15 minutes.
Alright. So, okay. Is there any group would like to volunteer? Instead
Saya
of
suggest Fatin, madam.
Fatin. Okay, Fatin. Saja Cik Pasar Ranjit. Fatin, can your group present?
Panji tak guna.
Memang tak guna.
Panji! Yolah lah. Sekejap Medo. Saya tanya groupmate saya lah.
One person present pun tak apa.
um, minggu depan boleh tak media pula?
Apa dia? Minggu depan? Minggu depan dah present betul dah. No, it's okay. Tak apalah kalau tak ada ni, kita ambil yang group ranjit je ni tadi. Okay, it's okay. Alright, I would like to comment. Okay, if you notice, first of all, you need, before you present, before you generate your visual aids, first of all, check your spelling. Okay, each of the word, make sure it's spell corrected. Okay. And then, okay, bahagian types and function tadi, ada, dia punya content adalah salah. Sebab types is a type of the car is the SUV car. Okay, function as a transportation, yang first introduction tadi, patutnya itu masuk bahagian function. The one that you present on types and function, they are actually not bahagian types and function. Okay. And then before you present, actually you need, for each part, you need to introduce yourself. As tadi cuma ada 2 orang je yang present on convenience features tu je. Okay, yang present dengan yang last sekali. Yang cakap, I'm going to present on this blah 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 blah. But first, introduce your name first. Okay. Walaupun in the beginning your friend has introduced you, tapi dekat presentation bahagian yang you kena present tu, kena introduce lagi sekali. Sebab I kadang-kadang I tak kenal siapa, because we are online kan. I pun kadang tak nampak siapa yang bercakap apa benda kan. So you need to introduce yourself. And then for every point tu, you actually need to explain more. Okay, you need to give more explanation, give more details. Especially when it comes to the specific or maybe a technical words. Okay, macam SPS kan, SPS bag, SPS brake ke apa benda, I'm not sure. So maybe you can give more explanation, what is that and how does it function. Okay, something like that. And then check on your pronunciation. I know that not all of you are good in English. It's okay because we are not native speaker. Kita memang bukan native speaker pun. Kita tak sepatutnya bercakap hebat macam orang putih. No. But actually we can try to be try to be good lah. Okay, so make sure before you present, check your content. If you are not sure how to pronounce the word, check in the dictionary or maybe check in the Google kan. Sekarang Google ni, you cakap apa je, how to pronounce this word, dia akan terus keluarkan benda tu. Okay. Itu my comment for Ranjit's group. Alright. Yes?
Saya nak tanya. Okay ke kalau banyak slide? Macam banyak point dalam satu presentation tu.
That's why if you notice in the template that I've shared kan tadi, for every features you just need to choose 3 to 4 features je untuk each features.
Okay.
Jangan masukkan
Tunjuk je
banyak.
lah Fatih.
Okay. I'm going to show you example of one group from other class, which I think the content is the best. Okay, because it really understand the topic very well. Okay, I bukan nak cakap you buat tak okay. Okay, very okay je. Cuma I think this is the best lah kalau you nak tengok contoh. Okay, when you look at the types and function, okay, kita tengok they divide according to the types kat atas ni, function kat sini. So we can see clearly what is the types. The type is a subcompact crossover SUV. So we know it's a type of SUV car. What is the function? Used for transportation. So this is the main function. Okay, that is for types and function. So for safety features, they select only four features. Okay, from the 4 features here, they trying to take out the sub point. Okay, part of standard safety key. So when you explain, you don't have to include all your sentence in slide. Only for the main idea. Okay, and then you can construct the sentence on your own. So I like the way they try to apa ni, to adjust their content in the slide. Okay, for design features, they put picture for every features that they have selected. Okay, and then with the some explanation, a little bit of explanation, bukanlah explanation yang penuh. Okay. And then for the convenient features, okay, they have the picture and also the explanation. Technology features, same as the last one, and characteristic. So they talk about this wheelbase, length. This is the measurement. Okay, size, measurement, and capacity. This one is for the materials and quality. Okay, for exterior. Okay, and then for the interior, what is the material? Okay, the more characteristic, they talk about shape and warranty and color. Okay, it's a very simple, but actually the structure is very well structured. Okay, I like the way they manage how they put the their content into slide. Okay, faham tak? This is the best example lah. This is the best example so far. Alright. Okay, if you any question so far? Ada soalan lagi?
Ma'am, presentation ni just as a it's just like a homework, right? This is not like the presentation that gives the mark, right?
Which one yang just now you buat ni?
Yeah, it's just for as like a training thing, right?
Yes, that one is for the class activity only. The real one
Okay,
that I'm
ma'am.
going to take mark next week. Next week
Alright,
I'm
we'll
going
do better then.
Yes, please, sure.
We will do better.
I believe in
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Okay, so after this, I'm going to share the presentation instruction. Okay, and then the form for you to fill in your group's member and also the products that you have selected to present. And then I'm going to share the templates as your reference. Okay, so your work after this, your task after the class is you need to find your team members and decide on the product. And the product should be specific. For example, like I don't want you to choose okay, handphone. We have a lot of handphone in this world. So make sure you go with specific. For example, Oppo Reno 6 Pro. Okay, so you go for specific. Okay, PSP ataupun PS5. PS5 pun ada berapa jenis. So choose one item only. Okay. Faham?
Faham, ma'am.
Alright.
Faham.
Okay, so if you have no question, anything, if you want to ask me, you can always ask in the group. Okay, so that everybody can read and I can respond to everybody also.
Alright, ma'am.
Okay, so if you have no question, I think we can dismiss. I see you again next week, and next week is our presentation. So I'm going to prepare the slot. So everyone, macam like for half an hour, maybe 2 to 3 groups will join for the first slot. Okay, the rest no need to join. Just aware with your time slot bila. Okay?
Ma'am.
Yes.
If the next week is the for the assignment punya ni kan, how about this how about this car one? Like, is it on different day or what?
Again, I don't understand.
Like we have two presentations right now. Now the car one, only my group has done it, and then the second one is the assignment. So if next week we are going to do the assignment, when we'll be doing the cars presentation?
Dah tak payahlah. Car presentation tu just for the class activity. Tak payahlah.
Alright, ma'am.
At least when I give you the task that time, you have the idea on how to select which one is the convenient, which one is the safety, which one is the design, kan? Discussing with your group members. Because if I want you to present, it might take another 1 week only to present about car only. Macam tu. Okay. Alright, so lagi ada soalan lagi? Yes?
New presentation. How many person in a group?
2 to 3%. Minimum 2, maximum 3. You choose your own team member. I'm not going to choose for you. Okay? Tarani? Okay, if you have no question, I think we can dismiss, and I see you again next week, eh? Take care and stay safe.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Alright.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.